Hello and welcome to the Good Imaginations podcast. Tonight, we will journey to the Purple Woods, where you can unwind, reorient yourself, and, if you would like, fall fast asleep. Before we begin our adventure, make sure you're settled. If you are seated, get comfortable. Listen to your spine and relax your shoulders. If you are lying down, get your covers and pillow where you want them. Create your nest. Very good. Now, take 3 deep breaths with me in preparation for the journey ahead. Let go of your day and travel to a vacation for your mind. Imagine with me now. See, smell, and be present. Breathe with me. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Slow and even. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, shut your eyes and let's drift off to the site of tonight's adventure. It is the middle of the night, and you have woken up, but you are not sure why. You roll over in bed and try to fall asleep, but something is itching at your mind. You feel like you need to get up and do something. Unlike your usual worries, this one is sharp and specific, not vague, as if you are the silly one for not realizing what you're supposed to get up and do. The urgency to get up and do is almost as real as you are. You roll onto your back and stare at the ceiling, but you are suddenly completely awake. You feel bright, clear, filled with expectation, the way you would feel the morning of a flight to an exotic and long-anticipated destination. With no clear indication of what you are feeling or why, you decide to sit up to see if the feeling will pass. And that is when you see it. In the mirror on your bedroom wall, a purple light hums. It jolts you. It frightens you. You look over your shoulder, but there is no light source there. The purple light isn't coming from anything inside your bedroom. It is not reflected. It is coming from inside the mirror. You flip on the light, but the light doesn't go on. Your room stays dark. You should panic, but instead, a voice of reassurance clicks on in your head. This is all right, you think. This is okay. It isn't going to hurt me. You realize that this is true. You feel all right. Something strange is going on, but you are going to follow it through to the end. Something interesting is happening. You slowly flip the covers off your legs, and the purple light in the mirror stays there. You are fully awake now, there is no doubt about it. You slide out of bed, ready to walk to your mirror, when more lights appear. On your bedroom floor, bright green, glowing lily pads. They gleam like stepping stones in the dark. You smile to yourself, and you step onto the first one. Your floor is solid, of course. It is not water. So that doesn't explain why the lily pad wobbles, like you have stepped out into a pond, like there is water undulating beneath you. You are barely buoyed by the lily pad, but you are. It holds your weight. You feel lighter than human, something made of shapes and light. Perhaps you have become a part of this dream. You hop from one lily pad to the next. As you do, your room grows even darker, and your mirror grows larger. You begin to hear the rustling sounds of a forest around you. By the time you reach your mirror, you smell green moss and heavy lilacs. The air is misty, wet in your nose. Your room chirps with the cries of nighttime birds. Your mirror has swelled to the size of a door, and you simply step through. As soon as you do, the mirror is gone. Forest is ahead of you, and forest is behind you. You are somewhere else. It is not a peaceful place. It is not evil, but it is not kind either. It is odd. There's a kind of delightful twistedness to it. You have never seen a forest so dark. The trees around you are the only thing you can see, and the blackness behind them continues, like a kind of beautiful echo. You realize that the ground is magenta. The sky is dark, dark teal. But you can barely see the sky, and its firefly green stars, through the thick branches of the trees. The leaves on the trees themselves might be black, or perhaps a very dark purple. It is a deep, dark forest you have wandered into, croaking with frogs and chattering with oogly little birds. The purple light still shines in the distance, so you wander towards it. As you approach the light, a bird whisks in and out of sight. You're frightened. It had a face like a human. Did it? Was it even a bird? Was it a face with legs? At that moment, the bird hops back into the glow of the purple light, and you see that it is a pair of spectacles with a very long nose and long legs. How odd! Round, old-fashioned spectacles that are somehow also a bird. It's quirky, but it's no longer frightening. You wonder where on earth you are. The rumble of the forest around you is almost like a piece of music. You hear the gurgle of a nearby waterfall, the croak of frogs, the whispers and slithers of snakes in the trees. The air is heavy and perfumed. You feel as though the forest is under a spell, under a quiet curse that has turned everything black like tar and foggy with lilac-scented mist. You wonder what the forest was before it came under this darkness. Another strange creature hops past on a branch, and you realize that it is a shoe, a boot, with red laces, with red wings. What if these creatures are the pieces of someone's life, now come alive as animals? What if it's a whole human soul you're seeing, the forest of one person's soul, trapped in a dark little curse? You wonder, more curious than ever. At last, a creature hops out in front of you, and your breath quickens. It is a book, a large, blank book with legs. The pages are empty, waiting, glowing the faintest sheen of blue. You know, suddenly, exactly what you should do. You scurry to the left and begin to hunt among the branches of a bush. You run around the bend to a dark, bubbling waterfall, and you find it at last, a pencil with legs like a grasshopper. You snatch the pencil quickly, before it has the chance to spring away. You turn, and you see that the book has followed you. Standing in the deep purple darkness, you take the pencil and you write, in large letters across the pages of the book, a single word. The minute the pencil lets go and the word is complete, the darkness vanishes. You find yourself suddenly standing in a beautiful, sweet-smelling forest, with sunlight streaming down in golden beams. The cursed creatures are gone. With a start, you wake up. It is morning. You're in your bed, and you realize that it was you. It was your forest. It was your curse. With a single word, you brought it into day. You sit straight up. You know exactly what single word it was that you wrote in the book.